Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this sort of first election cycle for the Prime Minister of the UK. We're about 60% of the way through. We have 8 turns left before the election. Let's get moving. Respiratory disease is gone. Good. Again? See, this is we're in a spiral, but you can't fix this. You can't fix that overnight. Like, this is what I'm talking about. The game is just like completely failed assassination attempt. Great. Business confidence goes down, though. GG. Imminent situation. We know about that. The thing is, health is going up. That's great. Health going up, that should bring down health demand. How is our health that high, but we still have overcrowding issues with the hospitals? It's just like, again, the spectrums here are all broken. We have an incredibly high health rating, and yet the overcrowding here is just like reduced a little bit, and we're funding the state health services to the max. To the max. And we can't bring this down? It's like, what? Like, so the balance I feel like is just goofy here. Same with this. It's like we do all this stuff, we may bring this down like a huge chunk, and yet we're still stuck here because what are we going to do? Just reduce all these taxes and just make it so like we can't pay we can't ask corporations to pay any tax at all if we're going to have an uncompetitive economy? That makes no sense, because in France they're paying a corporate tax, and in the United States they're paying a corporate tax, and Canada they're doing a corporate tax. So I don't understand this whole idea of the uncompetitive economy. The idea is like, oh, our economy is uncompetitive compared to other foreign markets. Well, guess what? Like, there's obviously like the Western developed world is where these corporations, especially these new corporate, that's where the money is. That's where the middle income families are. So if all those countries are having their corporations pay corporate taxes and stuff like that, then it's not really an uncompetitive economy, is it? Like, they can't go anywhere. They can't escape those taxes. So I think like some of this stuff, it's like our corporate taxes are not that high. They're 19% for crying out loud. Holy cow, I think that's like, what is that like? That's basically what the US is at. Of course, this is a game, so this isn't necessarily accurate to what it actually is in the UK, but I'm saying that's pretty low. That's pretty low. So it's just crazy to me that like we can have these things relatively low. I mean, our minimum wage is just at medium. It's not radically high. It's not completely gone, but it's still like we can't. So we have to be able to increase productivity. We have to be able to do these other things to try to fight this down. But man, like, this is difficult. This is difficult. All while the actual global economy, right, is just absolutely tanking on us. And since the global economy is starting to come up a little bit, but man, since the global economy is tanking on us, we're now probably paying more and more and more on debt interest. We're paying $22 billion on debt interest because our debt keeps getting they keep refinancing the debt or whatever, and charging us more for this. Even though the debt's only come up barely, we're paying £15 billion more on debt interest, even though the debt's only actually come up by about 30 trillion, or sorry, 30 billion pounds, which is like nothing. But if we weren't constantly getting hammered constantly with these negative events, credit rating downgrade that we can't affect, we can't do anything about this. We just get hammered by this, and we're still working very hard to get the GDP to come up. But if we weren't getting hit by this spiral, I understand the game is meant to be difficult, and it is difficult, but it does seem like to some degree some of these things, it's like we're making good decisions, but the game's not being forgiving enough in some of these sense. It's like, I guess maybe it's simulating the fact that the reality is we don't have all the control. We could do things, we can hedge our bets, we can try to enact the things that we want to do, but man, we can still get bopped. We can still get bopped. Sorry guys, I'm just ranting. I actually think the game is super fun, but man, it's tough and unforgiving. And I think there is things that do need to just be balanced out. Because like there's no way for us to even create the society that we want. We're constantly just reactively trying to solve all these problems. We can't even possibly think about reacting to, or that's all we're doing is reacting to stuff. We're not actually able to start to shape society towards like where we want to go. I don't know. So does this eventually just expire? Seems like this was 70% of popular when we enacted it. Now it's 55. It's like how one term later, everybody's like, oh no, I hate that now. It's like, come on. Come on. I feel like if global economy keeps coming up, if GDP keeps coming up, if we stop getting hit by these ridiculous events, then I think like we're bringing it around. Our popularity is going up. We're doing okay right now. We have 15 political capital. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? We can't, I mean, the health services are maxed out. They're maxed out. This bar should be like completely to the left. We're getting our citizens good coverage. I mean, if you look at this, there's more red over here than there is green. Yeah, I don't know. So let's see if we could reduce the health demand. Same with our health. Our health is incredibly high right now, and it's supposed to be bringing down healthcare demand, and it is going down, but man, it's going down slowly. You know, alcohol, let's try to reduce alcohol consumption. Food labeling, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having better food labels. People don't like this, though. And capitalists specifically won't like it. It does increase health. Whoa, adult education subsidies. It's expensive. That's the trade-off for the fact it increases education production, which is just amazing. Education and production. I mean, climate change adaptation fund. Very expensive, but probably has a huge effect on the environment. Free eye exams. The capitalists don't like it. How 42% of our population is estimated to like this. It's like, I don't know, do you get this would be great. We talked about wanting to do the free parenting classes. People are about that. But we noticed how this would increase the population. Wait a second, did we already enact this? I thought we already enacted free parenting classes. Drug treatment scheme. No, what the heck? This just increases health. Slightly, but it does. I thought we already had this. Healthy eating campaign. Health, plant-based diets goes up. It's pretty cheap. Why did I think we already had that? Reparenting classes. Everybody wants the country to be clean. How many environmentalists do we have in the society here? They really like us already, and we don't have that many of them, so I'm not worried about that. Although I think it's relatively cheap. Liberalism will go up. I don't know if that's like membership or what exactly there. But it seems like people are actually in support of this. Compulsory foreign language classes. To understand their language is the first important step to understanding other people. By introducing compulsory foreign language classes, school kids are taught a selection of foreign languages early on so that they can later use them. They can use them later. Can later use them well. This will reduce racial tension while improving foreign trade and relations. Everybody likes this but the Patriots. And the Patriots like us a little bit more these days. You know what? I think it's cheap. Wow, that's cheap. Holy cow, that's strong. I don't think we had enough to actually move those sliders up. I think that's what that was complaining about. That's fine. I think we're doing okay here. Another Patriot plot. Again? See, this seems weird. The membership is down. The membership is going down. So I don't think we have to worry about that too much. This guy's upset. Economic forecast. Global economy is down. Economically, we're doing great, but the global economy is not doing so great. Positive discrimination. There are calls for a law to expressly set quotas for employment of ethnic and other minorities by large corporations and government institutions. This would put pressure on companies to give higher priority to some candidates than others on the basis of their race, sex, or age. Affirmative action situation here. We need this law in economic terms. It makes no sense for people below or above a certain age to be rendered unemployable. Also, human rights terms, this is much needed compensation for years of discrimination in the workplace against ethnic minorities, women, and elderly, and the disabled. Deeply flawed law. Oh, that's non-specific. It makes no sense to fight discrimination by using discrimination. It creates two problems. That what I will say that the arguments are usually really bad. These arguments I think are really just lousy arguments. That being said, I think people have found that universal systems are typically better than, like, for example, instead of giving people food stamps, which creates a stigma and a divide, right? It's the haves and the have-nots, the people that this idea of certain people are leeching, certain people are not, and whatever. There's maybe an efficiency to giving help to people who need it and giving help to extra employment, extra financial opportunities and stuff to people who need it, absolutely. But if you can do universal systems, that tends to have less stigma, even though that will disproportionately help the people who are more in need, right? So if you can, like for example, this is the argument with the UBI, right? If you give everybody a UBI, it'll bring up the floor, and that'll disproportionately help give a lot more economic power to people who have currently less money and give them more of a safety floor, but then also be a large proportional extra amount of additional economic power for them. Whereas someone who's already got, like, you know, making a good amount of money or whatever, the UBI is not gonna change their status in society, right? But it will give a lot more dignity and lift people out of poverty, for example, as a and having it be a universal system, it becomes more popular, and there's less of this idea of, like, you're leeching, you're not leeching, you're providing, and you're blah blah blah. So yeah, there's these laws, by and large, they do make sense because you can look at the metrics and you can see that this is a forceful way of undoing discrimination that does exist, that explicitly can be observed and seen and recorded and expressed in data and just in everything. But then it creates that sort of tension, right? It creates sort of a tension between those groups that are. But I think for the most part, this is a non-argument down here, basically. Liberals like this, conservatives won't. We don't have too many conservatives. This is great. I think this is good for us, by and large, based on our country and everything like that. GDP is on the rise. Health is, like, this is what I'm saying. Health is, like, maxed out almost. Like, we have, like, one of the healthiest countries in the world over here. How are we getting 15 political capital per turn all of a sudden, and these people hate us? One, 4, 6, 7? I don't get it. Are we getting 7? Do we get a base political capital and then they add on to the base? I don't get that really. Oh yeah. Ministers 7. Popularity. You get more political capital if you're more popular. That's so cool. I actually like this a little bit more, understanding this though. Majority turn. I actually like this. Okay, I like that. Popularity, you actually get more. Our popularity is going off the charts over here. Holy cow, we're going to win the election over here. What the heck is going on, guys? We're bringing it together. If the global economy would come up, I think we'd have a golden age on our hands. I literally think we would have a golden age on our hands if we could get rid of this, if we could get rid of the uncompetitive economy, if the global economy came up, I think we'd be making a surplus. We could lower taxes a little bit. We could, and that would, GDP could come up. Which of the, man, we have to dig into this. Which of these taxes? This would increase production by lowering alcohol consumption. Give us more income too, not much more. Which of these taxes is really hitting the GDP? property tax. Like, this would be devastating. I mean, we can't just lower our income by 20 billion pounds. You know what I mean? I don't know. A graduate tax? What is a graduate tax? A graduate tax is a dedicated tax levied purely on people graduating from university. Was that because the UK is that because they get more like much cheaper, more affordable university? So it's kind of like you went to university, you graduated, now you have this good job. Now can you pay back the government for supporting your as a way of them contributing to the cost of their university tuition? Yeah, okay. Supporters say that this is fair because not everyone benefits from a university education. Opponents argue that it creates a disincentive to study purely academic subjects and the arts, as well as penalizing ambition. I think this is kind of clever. I think this is probably kind of clever. It's like a free education, but just know that there is a graduation tax, like, and stuff like that. Generational wealth gap, that can't be good. Youth already don't like us. Education will go down. Isn't good. Education doesn't really go up though, even if we get rid of this. We'd have to get rid of it outright. We'd have to actually cancel the entire policy, and these things will undo themselves. It's $3 billion. I mean, it's a decent amount of money that we're making from that. An airline tax here, affecting the GDP somewhat. Payroll tax. But the income tax isn't really affecting GDP that much. This would be 10 billion pounds more. Just raising this up a little bit. Middle income would be quite unhappy. But where is middle income here? Middle income is here, yeah. They're relatively okay with us, but they're a big chunk of our population. The inheritance tax. Capital gains tax. None of these are really hurting our GDP in a way that I feel like is meaningful. I really don't. What can we do economically here to maybe boost GDP or something? Technology grants, we talked about this. Very expensive, but man, reduces unemployment. Reduces religious membership, which is good because they don't like us. Actually, they don't mind us. I think religious actually is okay with us, mostly. It's already a small group in our country. Tax shelters. What is this? By not fully taxing the wealth of the super rich, tax shelters can be a great way to encourage successful entrepreneurs to make our country their home. With ever-shrinking world, the rich are free to settle wherever they please. Encouraging them to live here may mean that they spend their wealth in this country. Socialists won't like this. Equality will go down, foreign relations will go down, but high earners and wealthy will go up. That's a very small part of our country. Capitalist GDP would go up. It would be a popular, both of these would be popular. We could have a state sort of socialized energy company and state telecoms, which I could think, quite honestly, like, I think that's where I think in the future you could have something like that. Right now it's basically just a bunch of monopolies, right? Controlling our telecoms. Internet, at least in North America. Regional monopolies. Some of these require way too much political capital to enact. Why would you do this if everyone hates it? It's just thematically? Productivity would go down. GDP goes up, but I don't know if GDP is going to go up that much. It's also going to cost us money. Let's do the technology grants. That's a big boon to technology. GDP production ties back. Both those things tied back into reduces unemployment, which increases people in the workforce, which increases taxation. I mean, this is going to be incredibly expensive, but you know what the heck? Let's do that. Anything really popular we can pass? Keep the country tidy. Everybody likes this. Everybody likes this. Well, if you have a 60% issue, I just feel like that's a good thing. People like this. Why? It says that, like, it's interesting because alcohol awareness campaign. Didn't we say we wanted to bring this down? Wait, can you only have a tobacco awareness campaign or an alcohol awareness campaign at a time? I'm confused. No? Okay. Because it didn't seem like it was in the list, then it was in the list. I don't know. We'll have to see on that. Let's see. Next month. That was a kind of a big turn, to be honest. GDP is going up. That's good. Patriot plot. Yeah, they're doing what they're doing. Are their members still going down? No, it looks like they went up. Nice. National team won. Everybody's going to be happy a little bit. Patriots going to be a little happy for that. Sorry about these import taxes. Yeah. I'm tempted to bring that up, actually, to continue to raise down the uncompetitive economy. And it raises down unemployment. Patriots like this too. And I'm tempted to keep boosting that, to be honest. Catherine James? Catherine James used to have a great life running her small family bicycle business, which she one day hoped to pass on to her daughter. Ida, sadly, that dream now looks shattered by the government policy on import tax tariffs. We cannot possibly afford to pay the tariff on the components we have to import, she tells us. These tariffs are going to put me out of business. Oof. Oof, that's tough. Credit rating is a B. I mean, that's good, right? That's good, isn't it? Guys, our deficit is only 500 million pounds. Let's go. The GDP's coming up. Popularity's going up. Let's go. The Conservatives are not happy with us, though. We do need to do something for them. Oh, wait, no, the Conservatives are small. Never mind. We didn't have this organized. Capitalists do like us a decent amount. This is good. This is good. What is this? Gambling, yeah. Organized crime is so close to going away. We know this is going away. Yes, yes, yes. Hospital overcrowding is still slightly trending down because health keeps going up, up, up. Why does technology increase hospital healthcare demand? This makes no sense to me. Technology goes up. Wouldn't that mean that you could more effectively process people who get sick and therefore reduce the time that people have to spend in the hospital because of innovations with health care? Or wouldn't this mean that new technologies that could even improve people's lives and the health in people's lives would actually allow people to take care of themselves, and more understanding and more innovation and more understanding about health would increase health and bring down healthcare demand because people could take care of themselves better? Maybe this is referring to the fact that as people use technology more, like cars and computers and stuff, health goes down. But see, don't say it like that. Don't say it like technology. Say it like technology decreases health. Don't say it like, which doesn't even make sense. See, that's where it's like, it's kind of confusing, because technology is obviously, there's different kinds of technologies. There would be technologies like if you're spending a lot of time, like I spend a lot of time at the computer, right? That's not, maybe not as great as if I was like more active or whatever. Although just because I spend time at the computer doesn't mean I don't exercise and stuff like that too, right? Which I don't. I should exercise more, to be honest. That's something that's been on my to-do list. Anyways, point of the story is, it seems weird to me that just in an abstract way, it's saying that technology going up is pushing up healthcare demand instead of down. So that's one of the reasons why we're getting our health is our health is bringing it down because we have such good health. Such good health. Immigration. Border control should bring that down. Why is that going up? Why is immigration going up if it's probably because our GDP is going up, right? GDP might be going up. Human development. Unemployment is causing it to go down. Is that because unemployment's going down? I'm surprised our unemployment hasn't dived more. It looks like we're actually going to get voted in, guys. This is crazy. Our cabinet hates us, though, but... And if we could just get rid of this, that would be great. I'm tempted to max this. It's going to help us with the uncompetitive economy, isn't it? Oh, that's 4 and 8. It's 4 and 8. Where's the button for the tariffs? I don't like how this doesn't, like, when does this get implemented? Why is it showing a 15 there? What's this 248? Like, I don't get this. Why would it cost 9 to cancel the thing? Yeah. I wish it was more clear. How much am I spending by putting this here? 2, right? It says 2. Why does that cost 4 and this costs 2? Why would it be more expensive to go to here than go to here? 8 to go down. 4, 2. I don't get that. Use 2 political capital. Okay. Yeah. Strange. Trade Council. It's maxed out. Huh. What can we do? 13 political capital. Compulsory work for the unemployed. Rural development grants. Unemployment would go down. GDP would go up. Car usage would go up. Equality would go up. Farmers would like this. We don't have many farmers. Poor earnings would go up. Only 40% of the country actually wants to do this, but it seems like kind of a decent thing. It's kind of expensive. Pretty expensive. Small business grants. This looks like a no-brainer, to be honest. It's going to cost us $2 billion. I think we're just going to hit it there. We're not going to slide that around because we're going to be at about $2 billion deficit next time too. Yep, let's go to the next. Urgent policy question with the whistleblower. Secret Service contractor has leaked several documents that shed light on dark side of the war on terror. Should we prosecute her and do everything we can to bring her to justice, or should we reform the Secret Service and stop making use of the malpractices she accuses us of? Reform the Secret Service. Patriots are probably going to not like this. It's fine. Liberals and foreign relations go up. Nice. Organized crime is now gone. Not an issue. Crime is at an all-time low. Unemployment's at an all-time low. GDP is at an all-time high. Whew, that GDP. That GDP. If the global economy comes up to match it, we always bring down our debt GDP ratio, despite the fact So, like, can we get the debt, like, Can we get the debt? Because we're still probably paying 22 billion in debt interest. If this was gone, we'd be loving life. Holy cow, our surplus is going up, guys. Even though we're paying aren't we paying 2 billion on, what was the small business grants? We're paying 2 billion on that, but the GDP is just whoosh. Let's go. If we could get rid of this uncompetitive economy, it'd be insane. It would be completely insane. I think what we have to do is we have to temporarily reduce corporate taxes. We temporarily reduce some of these taxes, and then we crank them up. But we don't tell them that. This would cost us 6 to go down, 11 to go up. A big hit to the... this would cost us 5 billion. What happens if we did a payroll tax cut? Unfortunately, it has a larger economic consequence, but it doesn't seem to help this as much. The minimum wage. That... that's a big chunk of end competitive economy there, and we only need to get it down a bit. It's going down a little bit. We only need to get it down just a scooch. Just a scooch. Wait, what? We didn't apply this, did we? Wait, did we apply this? I don't think we applied that, did we? Why is it stuck here like that? It's not even applied. Oh, I think... I'm confused now. I think we reduce the minimum wage for now. For now. And hopefully, between that and the tariffs, hopefully this can just... once this doesn't trigger, then we could raise taxes. And still, yeah, I don't know. That's going to affect the popularity for sure. We're so close on this too. Nothing we can do about that. It's maxed out. Population, it's going up. It's just how it goes. Healthcare demand, though, I mean, we got to hope that like alcohol consumption goes down. We have to hope that health continues to go. Health is maxed. I mean, it's not going to be able to go up anymore. Immigration is going up. Border control should be okay. Border control will happen in 2 turns. It will just be a big chunk down, I think. Social care. Oh, social care. Very expensive. Very expensive. It brings down the healthcare demand. It's just too expensive. I don't know. Brings down unemployment a little bit. Not sure. Healthcare demand. Public services. What could we do? What here could do health? Are there like other organ... health would go up. Health is already like max though. Private healthcare would go up if we had healthcare vouchers. Poverty would go down. Socialism membership would go down. Everyone's economy up to 40 billion. Holy cow! Because this is like if you have private, but you can give vouchers out. Yeah, okay. Adult education subsidies can get quite expensive quite quickly. To bring down poverty, parents would be happy, the poor would be happy, health would go up. Only 40% of the actually wants that. But you know what? I think organ donation seems like a no-brainer here. It's relatively cheap, increases lifespan, which probably increases healthcare demand, but health would go up. But we don't really need health to go up. We're just noticing everybody wants that. You know, education equality retired. Public libraries, done. Fully maxed out public libraries, done. Self-employed could go up. Capitalists will like this. It's pretty cheap. Business startup campaign, done. Next turn. GDP is up, unemployment's down. Credit rating upgraded. Oof. Guys, we're going to be making big money over here. Okay, the global economy is in recession, and this is having a negative effect on our GDP. Oh, again? Wait, what? No, global economy is going up. Well, I mean, the global economy in general is still just like down, right? In general, but it seems to be going up. Our GDP is like, let's go. Look at that GDP. Look at that GDP climb. Let's go. Paid speeches are available. It's kind of cool. We could take a look at that maybe in the speeches could be made at turns leading up to the election. This is actually kind of tropical style. Does this actually cost political capital though? I feel like right now we're winning, aren't we? So that's cool. So those are available now. Poll reporting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. People are all about this. What was it? I think it was getting rid of some of these disasters. But people were doing a good job here. We're making 10 billion surplus. 10 billion surplus. Let's go. The uncompetitive economy is about to go away, and we're about to have an economic boom, the likes that no one has ever seen. Guys, thank you so much, everybody, for watching this episode. I've been really enjoying my time playing Democracy 4. It seems to be coming back around. Man, this is tough, but it's coming back around here. It's coming back around here. This is good. This is good. I'm excited to see how this first election goes. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you have questions or comments, please ask down below. We'll continue in the next episode as the Prime Minister of the UK. Thanks, everybody, for being here. See you guys in the next one.